For the development of our app, we created a prompt with AI, with the purpose of guiding it and ensuring a better understanding of our objective. Through this process, we assign it a specific role and explain in detail the central idea of the application. Subsequently, we began generating the necessary code.
To begin creating our application, we use artificial intelligence to generate the necessary code. This process consists of asking the AI to write three types of files. The HTML file, which is a chart of the structure, meaning which elements will appear, such as buttons, images, or text boxes. The CSS file, which defines the style, color, font size, and overall visual settings, and the JavaScript file, which brings the application to life, allowing borders to work, calculations to be made, or methods to operate when the user interacts. The AI generates these three codes separately, and we review them to ensure everything is current and that no part is missing.
Once we have the codes, the next step is to test them on a development platform. For this, we use two main options: Visual Studio Code, which is a program installed on the computer that allows us to open the three files together, run them, and see if they work as expected, or CodePen, which is a website where we paste the code directly and it shows us the result in a preview. At this stage, we check that the app looked good, that the colors are correct, that the buttons work, and that no errors appear. If we find any issues, we can modify the code from these platforms before moving forward.
After testing and correcting the codes, we proceed to save them on the computer. Here it's very important to respect the file extension. The structure file is saved as index.html, the styles file as styles.css, and the function file as script. We must also make sure that all the three files are in the same folder because the HTML needs to call the CSS and JavaScript in order for everything to display and function properly. If any of the names are misspelled or located elsewhere, the application won't work as it should.
The next step is to package all the files into a single compressed file. For this, we use a program like WinRAR, which is very common on computers. We select the folder where we save the three codes, press right-click and choose the option R to archive if it's .rar or .zip. This step is essential because the program we will use to convert requires receiving the files compressed into as one single package. This way, we ensure that the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript stay together and nothing gets lost in the process.
Finally, we applied the compressed file to an online convert called Web into App. This tool transforms our web project into an APK file, which is the format used by Android phones to install applications. When the converter finishes, we download the APK and transfer it to the phone or tablet. Sometimes it's necessary to unzip it or enable the option to install apps from unknown sources in the device settings. After that, we simply click install, and that's it. Our application now works like any other app downloaded from the store, but created entirely by us.
In the application, the user selects the role with which they wish to log into the platform. And in this case of accessing as a neighborhood, the corresponding neighborhood must be selected and entered. Once this accepted process is completed, the user will be able to use the rest of the functions available in the application.